This week it's been tough. This is the hardest part. Obviously the weight's coming down, but you're still sparring quite hard. I've done 12 rounds yesterday with 3 different guys, all heavier on me, all good, very good opposition. I've done 10 rounds a couple of days before. I've got an 8 rounder I think coming up tomorrow, so this is the hardest week, definitely is, the week before the last.
I take a lot of weight off Carl. He's naturally a big specimen, but it's one of the main things that makes him so good is that he's so big for the weight category. If you're down to 2.5% body fat and you can still perform on that, which Carl can, that means he's just going to have that extra 5-10% edge on his opponent. To get down to those sort of low body fat percentages, it's a slow process. We sort of take off like 1% a week. He normally comes in about 11 or 12% body fat, and then by the time it comes to fight time, he's down sub 3.
Getting his body fat down to between 3 and 2.5%. What advantage it gives Carl is a bigger athlete, therefore, on the night of the fight. He's crammed into it. He'll gain weight between weigh-in time and fight time, like 99% of fighters, but he does it more sensibly than anybody I know. He'll enter the ring probably 10 to 12 pounds heavier than he was the day before.
If you look at Carl's physique, naturally he's quite a short, stocky guy. The fact that he's that sort of mesomorphic frame means that he can get down to that low body fat percentage and still be strong at it. Whereas if you've got a guy who's slightly more like Anto, who's a bit naturally skinnier, getting him down too low, it might make him weak and fragile. So I try and keep a little bit more body fat on him.
We always encourage Carl to take his weight down slowly, and he removes only fat and keeps his muscle. And I've never seen anybody like it. I've never seen a more disciplined eater in my entire life. And because he has to be, because he's very big for 122 pounds. And he's very muscular. And that's an advantage that we can either use or not use. And we like to use it. Shane is probably the best I've ever seen at knowing what to eat, knowing when to eat it, and knowing the quantities.
It's just about maximising your strength for the weight category you're in. So I weigh in at super bantamweight, which is 55.35 kilos or 8 stone 10. And I get myself right down to it. I reduce the body fat away down, but I try to retain as much muscle as possible. And it's a very scientific approach to it, and I think that we're doing it right. But come fight night, 36 hours later or however long it is, I'm a different man. It's like I've inflated, and I'm a big lump and ready to do a lot more damage than other people.
Anto, as I said, he's a naturally skinnier guy, so he'll have a little bit more carbs. He can kind of eat carbs with every meal, whereas Carl, he's very tight in the weight. Most of his meals are proteins and fats. As he gets leaner, he gets more carb tolerant. So then we start adding the carbs in until sort of 10 weeks to 2 weeks out, and then we do a thing called glycogen deplenish, take all his carbs out, dry his body out, and we carb up for fight night, and he puts on at least 10 pounds going into the ring.
I went through 3 different sparring partners yesterday, all big guys, and one of them got in for 3 rounds at the end, completely fresh. It was my 9th round and I completely outworked him. Honestly, I could have done another 3 rounds standing on my head, so I'm in the shape of my life. I'm not just saying that. I think that I'm getting better with every camp, I'm getting fitter with every camp, and I'll be ready on the 20th of February, no doubt.